Hey guys, so today I'm talking about how you can begin to turn the tables on any issue that you're experiencing. So if you're experiencing worries, anxieties, fears, phobias, pretty much any issue, I want to share with you how you can begin to turn the tables, turn the tide, and make things back on track on your side. So here's the thing. If you consider whatever you're going through right now, you have to make a critical decision. You need to decide that there's something bigger for you to do. You see, if you consider what any issue that you're experiencing, it will have a certain energy. It might be pulling you down, pulling you back, and actually stopping you progressing in many other areas of your life that you're not even aware of. You see, issues aren't just issues usually in one particular area. They actually grow and expand into many different areas too. So it's very, very important that you must make a decision today. Me and you together, right? We're gonna make a decision to make a difference in your life. You see, it's all about you. You have to instigate this change, and I'm here to help you, and I'll really get your mind back on track where it needs to be. If you have an issue, you have to put the energy in a different place. Now, this will sound easier than it is actually to apply it, but you know what? It does not matter, because if it's important to you, you will do it anyway. You see, if something's like getting in your way and you really want to let it go, you will do this. You will search and you will seek to what it needs to be. And that's just the way it is. I mean, if you don't want it bad enough, then you're just not going to get it. I mean, I work with many different people, okay? I work with people who have many different types of issues, from suicide to the chronic fears and phobias, to manic depression, to the athlete who's like in the professional leagues who just at a breaking point because they're not performing to the ability that they actually have. I work with celebrities who are going through so much stress, but you know what? Regardless of who they are or what position they're in, the people I personally choose to work with are those who are willing to do whatever it takes, who are willing to take a stand for what is right. And do you know what right is? Right is because it's better for you. You have to change the way you experience something. You've got to dig deep. I'm not going to play it all soft. I'm not one of those people who are going to just say, oh, it will be okay. It's not always going to be great, okay? It's not always going to be brilliant. But what you can do is take massive and inspired action on who you want to be. You see, people used to see me as someone who was anxious, who was low self-esteem, self-conscious, used to be a blusher. But you know what? I built this. I built myself to be able to speak in front of huge crowds of 5 to 1,000 people. I teach and train people. I go on TV and I really work with any issue, and I don't mind that pressure because I built who I am today. I invested so much money into making this happen. I don't want to give you the shortcuts to this. But if you're experiencing an issue right now, you have to make sure that your why as to the reason why you want to change is far bigger than the issue itself. You've got to shrink down that issue. You've got to be able to take that issue and be able to make it so small because you've overloaded it with reasons as to why you should change. Not reasons as to why you are how you are, because that just keeps you stuck. You see, if you go, why am I such an anxious person? Your brain will look for all the reasons why you should be anxious. Instead, you should be thinking, why do I want to change? See the big critical difference there? When you go, why am I like this? Your unconscious mind will search for the evidence to make that true for you. You have to step up and go, this is why I want to live a life of emotional freedom. I want to be able to be the best father or mother for my children. I want that promotion. I want that great relationship. I want the money, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. Maybe it's just, I want inner peace. I want love. I want contentment. I want that feeling that I can only ever imagine. If anything, I might not even be able to imagine it, but do you know what? This is why I want to transform. This is why I am doing what I'm doing right now. If you begin to turn the tables as to building up what you do want over what you've been in the past, because at the end of the day, you've made decisions to get to this point. You've reacted to certain things which got you to this point, but the way you act now will dictate as to where you're heading. You do not have to keep reliving the past. You don't have to keep on repeating the same old patterns, the same old limiting beliefs. That's not who you are. That's just something that you've been running for a long time. Now you have to make that critical decision that everything can transform, that everything can change. Even if you don't believe it right now, take that leap of faith. Take that inspired action, those baby steps which make you grow as a person. It allows you to experience more love, more freedom than you could ever imagine. You see, when I decided that something had to change, everything did change. And that one thing which changed wasn't my circumstance, it wasn't people in my life, it was me. I chose to change my life. I was sick and tired of anxiety. I was just so limited by the blushing. I was sick of just failing and dropping out of college or being bad at school. I thought to myself, there has to be a different way. So I began to seek out and outweigh that limitation. I could have easily just bought into that belief system that I wasn't good enough or worthy, and I don't want you to buy into that. That is just simply an illusion, because you can create the you that you want to be. You can create the person that you've always wanted to be. You see, if you begin to rather focus on the issue, begin to focus on your desire, and actually tap into that desire and make it so magnificent that you have that burning desire to change, you will begin to change. It might not happen in a day, it might not even happen in a week, it might not even happen in a month or even a year. But you know what is far better than an eternity or your rest of your life living a life of your issue? I want more for that than what you're experiencing. I want you to experience a deeper peace than you can ever imagine. I want to be your supporter in making that happen. And if you begin to build in that desire, you begin to build in that belief over that negative belief, you begin to search for examples of where you are good enough. For example, if you had the belief, I'm not good enough. Okay, I'm good enough at getting dressed in the morning. I am good enough at driving. I am good enough at doing a certain hobby. If you begin to focus and contemplate on what you can do, the abilities you have, the attributes you have, the qualities that you have as a person, as a way of being in this world, you will begin to outgrow that issue. You'll be able to just pen that issue so small because you're overloading it with what is good in your life and what you want to focus on, the desire, the belief system, the determination. You want to be able to just be so determined that something's going to change, and you're going to search every angle, every avenue to make this happen. Because people come up to me and go, Joseph, I have tried everything. That's a lie. It really is a lie. You have not tried everything in the whole world that's ever been out there. You might have been to 50 therapists, but you might not have gone to the 51st one yet. You might have tried different forms of therapy, from things like counseling to psychology or psychotherapy or Reiki or massage or whatever, EFT, all those things, but you have not tried everything. You see, if you gear up your mind as to what else can I do to make my life better, what other avenues can I do, maybe I'm going to get Joseph for my team, maybe I'm going to read a book, maybe I'm going to listen to a podcast, maybe I'm going to turn off the TV and actually focus on myself for a time being, maybe I'm going to make a decision to cut some people out of my life and focus on myself so I can be happy first and then I can serve other people. But whatever it is, you have to make that decision to build in the desire, to build in the belief, to really build in that determination. Even if you believe in God, you may want to be tapping into that, or the universe, or people in your life. Who's in your life right now who is supporting you? Think about that. Who in your life is supporting you right now? If you say no one, then find someone. You can easily find similar minds. That's why I run my groups. That's why I run the things that I do, because I want them to be on my team and they want me to be on their team so I can support them. But there's many other options where you can build people into your life. Once again, tipping the scales from the issue and even people in your life to the magnificent, most amazing people in your life who you can model, who you can ask questions. And remember, if you're looking for a mentor, I get this a lot, okay? I get lots of people saying they want help from me, which I'm happy to do, okay? I love helping people. But always remember this, if you want someone on your team, be prepared to do something for them as well. There's a two-way street, okay? It's a two-way conversation. And I always suggest, there's what I do if I'm seeking out a mentor. I ask, what can I do for you first? It's not all about you. Maybe they need help in something. So if you want other people in your life, maybe seek out who you can help so then they can help you in the future. That means you're building up the relationship in the right way, rather just me. It's a we as a team. You see, when people buy into my stuff, do you know what? They pay me money. And I have no problem with that. I have no problem advertising anything that I do because first of all, I get my results. And it's an equal exchange of energy. The monetary energy they give, I return in the solution. And that's all good. That is just an exchange, just like how you do a job in return for a certain amount of money. That's just the way it is. Now, some people get annoyed sometimes, even with me, saying, oh, Joseph, you sell sometimes, or you sell on certain videos. Do you know what? That's okay. That's not a problem. If you're one of those people who just want to get the free stuff, get access to over the 200 free hours of my stuff. I put it out there freely and be at peace, for sometimes I might sell you something. But if those people who are on my team, who invest in me because they see the value of transformation, they see the value that they're putting something into them, not to me, by the way. I mean, yes, that is true. They're investing in me, but you know what? They're investing in themselves by making that decision. So if you're going to seek out a mentor, or you're going to seek out people on your team, even if it's not monetary, go ahead and ask what you can do for them. That means you'll have that balance and get more people. Tip the scales once again. We want the belief system. We want the determination. We want the desire on your side to give up those illusionary excuses and reasons as to why you are like you are. I'm not going to be the person who's going to say, do you know what? Okay, that's exactly why you are like you are, because you went through this and because you went through that, you had a bad relationship. Oh, and that's okay for being how you are. I'm not saying that it's a good thing to have gone through negative things, but what I am saying is that does not have to determine who you are as a person, because I think you're so much more magnificent than that. You are far bigger than your past. You're far bigger than the person who hurt you. You are far more magnificent than anything that you could even imagine. I can't even explain in words how great you are as a person, how amazing you are, how full of potential you are, how capable you are. I'd like to be able to share that with you. I'd like to be able to say those things to you, but I'm not going to keep you stuck. I'm not going to keep you there when you can begin to build in desire, determination, and belief, and also gaining people on your team. You have to flip the balance. If you're putting all your energy on the issue, now is your time to switch your focus as to not where you are, not what you've been through, but as to where you're heading and how you want to be. If you begin to look for the how and even ask, how can I be different? Your unconscious mind will back you up. Your best friend, you see. I believe that your unconscious mind is here to support you. It is. Biologically, it's here to protect you, okay? It might just have got, you could say, made a limiting decision. It's doing it for the best of intentions, but some way, because you're under stress in the past, you made a limiting decision or anything like that. I mean, that is true. It makes mistakes, but it doesn't mean you have to stay that way. You just have to build in the right strategies, because all you're doing right now is just repeating past strategies. The belief of not being good enough is not who you are. The anxiety is not who you are. The worry, the doubt, the blushing, the fear, the phobia, depression, all those things, that's not who you are. That is just a strategy that you're running right now. And I say that with a smile on my face, not to belittle the issue, but to actually share with you. But that is illusionary, but that is not who you are. You are far more than that. That is simply a strategy you've been running for a period of time and which has become a habit which seems and perceives as who you are. But who are you really? You are awesome. You are full of love. You are full of drive. You are full of passion. You are full of all the resources you need, but you have to shine a light on them. So once again, what do? We build in desire, the reason as to why you need to change. We have to build in belief by looking for examples and the qualities that you already have. You have to look for that determination and go, look, I'm not quitting. I'm going to keep on going. I don't care how many times I've failed because I'm going to see those as learnings. I'm going to see it as an opportunity to learn, not an opportunity to fail. Rather being a victim, I'm going to be a victor of my life. Rather being put down, I'm going to get up and come back stronger. Why? Because this is my life and this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do whatever it takes to make that change. I might even invest in money in myself. I might invest time. I might even cut people out of my life. I might even cut out bad behaviors or stop spending money or turning off the TV because I want to put my attention on the best relationship I can have with a certain person. Who is that? That is you. You have to put your attention as to who you are in this world. Even if you don't believe it right now, that makes sense because that's part of the issue more often than not. So be at peace. You might not believe it will work for you, but you do it anyway because it's worth doing it compared to a lifetime of regret, sadness, fear, guilt, hurt, frustration. You have to be the light in this world. You have to bring in people and actually help those people first. Begin to serve and then get the service back. It's not about taking, it's about being who you want to be in this world and serving those who need it most. And if you want someone in your life to be able to add value and to help you, ask, what can I do for you? What is it that you want? So then, and you don't obviously tell them this, but you're thinking potentially, maybe I'll get something in return. But if I don't, it's okay because do you know what? I did something good anyway, and I know that that is going to come back to me because I'm operating from a place not from scarcity, not from fear, not from doubt, not from reasons, but you're doing it through opportunity. You're doing it through desire, through instigation. So it can conspire in your favor. Whether you believe in God, whether you believe in the universe, whether you believe in just yourself, it does not matter. It works every time if you begin to outweigh the issue itself. You need to be able to contemplate on what is good in your life. Look for those qualities, look for that belief, and realize that whatever you think you are always more than that. So go ahead and do that. Now, if you want to get the edge, I've got a few things that I want to share with you completely for free. First of all, go ahead and download my apps on Google and also on Apple. Just type in Joseph Clough on the App Store and download my app because you might be listening to this on my podcast or even on YouTube or anywhere, maybe Facebook for all I know. But download my app, search my name, Joseph Clough, Clough, in the App Store, download it and utilize, invest in yourself by educating yourself to success because you deserve and desire it. The other thing you can go ahead and do is go to josephclough.info/kickstart and get access to my 7-day video course with each and every day I give you something new which will build upon the previous day to make the complete kickstart transformation. That's josephclough.info/kickstart. And the other thing you can do, if you enjoyed this episode, go ahead and like it on YouTube, leave me a comment, share it, or if you're listening to this on my podcast, leave me a review so I know that you're fired up and you're ready to make things happen so you can pay it forward and share it to those who really need it. And even if you're listening to this app, go ahead, rate it 5 stars, and also leave a review so other people can get the value that they need to make that change. Be awesome, realize you've got to build in these new strategies. It might not happen straight away, but you know what? It's like I said, it's better than experiencing a lifetime of regret and unhappiness when you can make this critical decision today to make things happen. You have everything you need within you, so go ahead and do that. Many thanks and goodbye.